Hi everyone, this is Sly with the MQ Jabu standard rule set routing tutorial. In this first room you're going to want to shoot these two cows. You don't want to take any steps forward because it will spawn the Octorok. Once you shoot them you want to immediately pull a bomb to blow up the boulder quickly. If you have bomb chews you could drop one right on the boulder to blow it up quickly. In general, bomb chews are going to make this dungeon faster, so you should use those if you have them. It's worth noting you don't need explosives to progress past this room, just to get the first check. If you have Aurora's Wind, you'll want to set it here to speed things up. You need to jump down to activate a switch in order to get to the next room. From the top you could get under the wall without having to dive. Then you shoot a submerged cow in order to spawn a big chest next to you. As you can see, I'm playing without fast chest cutscenes, so I'm going to miss an elevator cycle. But with the fast chest cutscenes in Rando, you can quickly dive back under the wall and catch the elevator during the cycle. But you will need to skip a small chest in order to do that. If you do, you can come back after Vanilla Boomerang chest to get it. Otherwise, we can get the chest and wait for the elevator, or use Aurora's Wind if you have it. It's also worth mentioning there's a cow at the top of this room that you can shoot immediately, but you won't get that chest until the end of the dungeon. However, if you are playing with Dungeon Entrance Randomizer and don't have the boomerang, you may need to shoot that cow as a child and come back as an adult to get it with hookshot or hovers. If you have Aurora's Wind, set it here. Unlike in Vanilla, there are several checks you can get without Boomerang that I will show off here. If you already have Boomerang, then you should do all the stuff on the top floor first before falling down the hole. After falling down the hole, shoot the two cows and talk to Rudo to pick her up. You're going to want to throw her onto the blue switch there. If you miss, you'll have to activate the other switch to go pick her up and set her on the blue switch. Now we could activate the other switch and ride the water pillar up to the next room. You'll want to equip sticks to deal with enemies in the next room, or a sword if you have it. You can get the broken stick glitch off the first enemy if you hit it before it falls. There's a seam on the floor that you need to jump slash before reaching. Don't get this next chest yet in order to keep your broken stick. Lure the like before jumping down to make it vulnerable to attack. Stun the stingers with nuts, and then finish off all the enemies. Then jump slash the Song of Time block to kill a Gold Skulltula. You can play Song of Time to get the token now, but there's a boomerang trick I will show off after the next chest. From here, just do a neutral roll, and then pull up Boomerang. You want to line up Link's head so that the right part of it is just touching the Song of Time block there. Then hold forward and mash A. Then we can finally get this check. If you skipped the chest in the elevator room earlier, you can go the other direction to go pick that up now. Otherwise, we have to either climb up or use Aurora's Wind if you set it. If you did use Aurora's Wind to get back up here, set it again. There's a dumb trick I'm going to show off where you can hit the cow switch behind the boulder in this room without blowing up the boulder. You have to stand in a very specific spot, so it can be finicky and waste a lot of Deku Seeds. Otherwise, you can blow up the boulder with Choose or a fairly precise bomb throw and shoot the cow normally. Stun this electric sponge with your boomerang and then backflip into the gap to save some time so you don't have to climb over it. You can use Choose to blow up those two boulders in order to save time later. You can also use Din's Fire to burn the web immediately and skip a chest. In this room, there are 2 cows to shoot with Slingshot. This dungeon requires a lot of Deku Seeds and Deku Sticks if you don't get the broken stick in the basement, so don't ignore the Deku Seeds from the cow like I did. 2 leg legs will drop from the ceiling. I start crouch stabbing in order to kill them as they fall. The pot on the left here contains Deku Seeds, so it's a good idea to pick them up. The pot on the right contains bombs if you need a refill. Light your torch here and head into the hallway in order to burn the web. There are 2 parasitic tentacles to kill now. And unfortunately, you'll have to kill all 3 parasitic tentacles in this dungeon because the third one blocks 2 different entrances, one of them being the room before the boss. It's worth noting that this is the first hard boomerang requirement. You can backwalk all the way here to the next parasitic tentacle. This next room just contains a skull. If you don't have bomb shoes, then you'll need to step on the switch in order to activate a water pillar to get up to it. You want to time a bomb throw so that it blows up the boulder and the skull here. Then you can grab it with the boomerang. However, it's kind of lucky that I failed this trick because I got to show the bomb chew strat for this room. So if you have bomb chews, it's fastest to enter this room, turn right and head towards this corner. Then just drop the bomb chew right there. Then you can pick up the token with your boomerang, using a few side hops and backflips in order to get near the door. Here you want to pick up this box and bring it to a blue switch behind some boulders. This is the only hard explosives requirement to finish the dungeon. If you didn't already blow up the boulders like I didn't, you'll need to drop the box and blow them up. If you know the strat, you can actually just step on the blue switch without the box, roll into the door, and frame perfectly open it before it locks again. If you set Ferora's Wind in the main room, you want to use it here, but wait until after that jingle sounds so you know that the tentacle was killed properly. Once you're back in the main room, if you're not routing in skulls, you can just fall down the hole to get back to Rudo. Otherwise, you want to fall down this other hole in order to get to a really annoying skull. Once you enter this room, if you're playing Skull Sanity, you can shoot the skull through the web with Slingshot or check it with a chew. Otherwise, you have to kill 3 invisible enemies and 2 stingers in order to raise a hookshot target. Of course, these stingers decided to troll me and hide in the corners. From here, you can jump into the water and activate the switch without diving. When you grab this Gold Skulltula, you can backflip and side hop into the water to save some time, but I messed that up here. Now we want to head back to Princess Ruto. I kill a Beery here because it could be pretty annoying. Once you have Ruto, you can jump into the left side of this water pillar to ride it to the top. Now you're in the big Octa room and just have to fight this mini boss. I store a jump slash here to show off a pretty cool power crouch stab technique. From here you just run into the right side and stab the Octorok as it passes by. As you can see, I'm down to 2 Deku Seeds, which is pretty scary. You need to shoot a cow in this room. And if you have strength or sword, you can pick up these regrowing grass pretty easily to farm some Deku Seeds. I actually need all 6 seeds that I have left in order to finish this route. In this room, without walking forward, you want to shoot the cow. What I should have done here is picked up the Deku Seeds that it dropped. It's also worth noting, if you're playing Cow Sanity, there is a cow in this room that you can see behind the electric sponge. Otherwise, stun the electric sponges and carry this box over to the blue switch. You can actually just skip lowering the platform here by rolling forward off the edge into the hallway here. If you haven't yet, you could shoot this cow to get the chest. In this room, you have to shoot a bunch of things. I actually recommend shooting the Gold Skulltula first, so that the chest dropping cutscene doesn't interrupt your first person aiming. Then shoot the cow. I'm taking a long time to aim here because I'm down to 1 seed now. Normally you have to shoot this cow 3 times in order for it to reveal the location of a switch, but I just memorized where it was so I could shoot it immediately. Be careful of the likes here. It's really easy to jump off and land on top of one. Now I just grabbed the last Gold Skulltula token with my boomerang. There might be a way to get it with the boomerang from the ground, but I wasn't able to figure it out and I haven't seen anyone do it. Now just grab this last chest before the boss. There's a fairy in the pot here in case you're playing on a damage multiplier or one-hit KO. And here's the final screen showing that you got all the chests and Gold Skulltulas. Thanks for watching.